So just wait. So we'll quickly revise what is the algorithm. Okay. So we say that it is a step-by-step solution. To solve some problem. Just wait. हेलो, हाँ जी मैम बताइए। इसमें एक सबसे ऊपर देखिए, हाँ, और एक विराट वाले में सबसे ऊपर है। हाँ, यही दो है बस। So we say it is a step-by-step solution to solve any problem, and the most important thing is that it is independent of any programming language. Okay, so this is algorithm and properties. What are properties of algorithms?
सामने अरे तुम क्या किया?
Just mute yourself, all of you, until unless you need to ask a question. So input says that every algorithm will have some input. Okay, so algorithm must have some input. So must have some input. Output says that it must produce some output, obviously. Okay. Definiteness means that every statement of the algorithm must be unambiguous. Unambiguous means any statement must not have two meanings. Like for example, suppose there is a statement, I saw a man in the park with the telescope. So now in this statement is not clear whether I am having the telescope or the man in the park is having the telescope. So such type of statements are not allowed. So it means that unambiguous statements. And finiteness means algorithm must terminate after finite number of steps. Okay, and effectiveness means algorithm must be so effective so that we can dry run it using pencil and paper. हेलो, हाँ जी मैम बताइए। सीजीपी 8th में हो जाता है मैम को जो है ना फोन करके पूछवाया है सारा। हो जाता है मैम करेक्शन हो। हाँ ठीक है। हेलो, So am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
these already we have studied in data structure also. So these are the properties of the algorithm. Now the important thing here is like for every problem, we have several solutions. Like if you take a simple example, if you have to move from one place to other place, now there are a number of paths through which you can move. Like you want to move from your institute to Central Railway, then there are a number of paths you can move. You can go through highway, you can go through Panki, you can go through some other way also. Now all the ways, all these solutions are different algorithms. Okay, suppose what I have to do, I have to move from PSIT to CNB. So now there are several paths. Several paths are there. So every path is an algorithm. This is A1, this is A2, this is A3, this is A4. Now we'll analyze based on some conditions, like which path is suitable. Like for example, suppose we take time as a criteria. Like suppose it is office time, it is a afternoon time, it is a evening time when office is closed, it is a midnight time or it is a late night time. So at this, suppose I am taking time as a criteria, I am taking time as 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m., which path will be optimal with less traffic? So we have to have some method so that we can analyze all the solutions and find a optimal solution. We have to analyze all the solutions and find a optimal solution. Okay, so this is very important. So this is called analysis of algorithm that we will do throughout this particular course. Now, what is basically asymptotic running time that we have studied here, heard about? So now we are talking about analysis of algorithm. Okay, and in this we are talking about asymptotic running time of algorithm. Okay, so basically what is asymptotic analysis? So remember that when we study the performance of algorithm, so when we study the performance of algorithm based on input size only. Okay, then it is said that we are studying, it means that we are studying asymptotic efficiency, okay, of algorithm. So when we are taking into consideration only input size, if you remember in data structure also, whenever we wrote a complexity of anything, like for quicksort we write n log n. So n was input. So except input size, we are considering nothing. Let me show you. It will be more clear. So if you are able to see this line. Is this visible? So it is written when we look at input size large enough to make only the order of growth of the running time relevant, we are studying asymptotic efficiency of an algorithm. So it means basically that we are only taking into consideration the input time. And what we are studying that how the running time of an algorithm increases with the size of input. Okay, how the running time of the algorithm increases with the size of input. So this is called asymptotic efficiency of the algorithm. So now basically two ways we measure the efficiency of an algorithm, one in terms of space and one in terms of time. So we have time complexity. So normally we say that it is time taken by algorithm for one complete execution. Okay, and it is represented in terms of input size. Okay, so time taken by algorithm for one complete execution representing in terms of input size. How do we represent it? It is basically total number of steps executed in terms of input size. So this is the time complexity of algorithm, the total number of steps executed by algorithm in one complete execution, and those number of steps we represent in terms of input size. So later on we'll see some examples how do we calculate it. Okay, now we have space complexity. So what is space complexity basically? So space complexity says that it is space taken by algorithm or space required. Hello. हाँ सर बताइए. सर हम तो एलिजिबल नहीं कर रहे हैं बस. मैं तो सर एलिजिबल नहीं कर रहा हूँ. एलिजिबल की है. हाँ. वही हम तो सर एलिजिबल की ही कर रहे हैं. हम आपको बताएं तो कोई कोमल ने पूछा था तो निकल कर मेरे ही हो जाता. So Infosys is coming for your seniors, so a lot of work is there. Maybe it will be coming at the end of September. So you also have to be geared up for all the placement drives now. So we are discussing space complexity. It is space requirement of the algorithm. Okay, space requirement of the algorithm for one complete execution. Okay, so again it is also represented in terms of input size. So we are only taking input size as a criteria for analyzing the performance of the algorithm, and in data structure also we have done the same thing. So basically what we are studying the asymptotic efficiency of the algorithm. That was the term asymptotic running time in unit 1. So if someone asks you what is asymptotic running time, you can say we analyze running time only on the basis of input size, and how the running time increases with the increase in input size, then it is called asymptotic running time of the algorithm. I hope this is clear. Asymptotic analysis.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now to represent this all asymptotic analysis and asymptotic running time, how do we write them? How do we represent them? So for representing these asymptotic analysis, we have something called asymptotic notation. You can ask anytime if you have any doubt. Okay, do not hesitate to ask anything. Asymptotic notations. So widely we study three asymptotic notations. One is called big O notation, that is represented by capital O. Then we have big omega notation, that is
Theta notation.
this representation, and we have theta. Okay, so now every solution has a load factor. Load factor means we have an ideal condition, we have an average condition, we have a worst condition. Like suppose you have decided that okay, whenever I have to go from PSIT to CMB, I will always take the highway. So omega will give you the best time. It means best case basically. Big O notation will give you the worst case of that particular path, and it will give you the average case. Now, what does it mean? It means ki, if I take highway to reach to CMB, what is the worst time? What is the maximum time I can take on any day? What is the maximum time? So suppose maximum time is 1 hour, for example. That there is jam on highway also, and the max jam is there, and you are moving from PSIT to CMB. So maximum time that is taken, it is represented by big O notation, and we are interested in this only. We are interested in big O notation only. Why? Because we do not know when you develop a software or when you develop a program, which kind of input user is going to get. Okay, like for example, suppose I made a program for linear search, a very simple example. If I have only 5 items, it's very simple. If I have 20 items, simple. 100 items, simple. But suppose if we have 1 Arab items, then whether that algorithm will survive or not. And if it will survive, then what is the number of years it is going to take? Like if you remember in data structure, I told you there is a Tower of Hanoi problem. So in Tower of Hanoi problem, it can take years if there are 60-fold disks. It can take years to execute. The complexity of Tower of Hanoi is 2 to power n. This is worst case. It can take years. So worst case time complexity basically tells you what is the worst performance. सबसे बुरा क्या हो सकता है? What is the worst performance? This is the best case. Best case means you cannot perform better than this. This is the best you can do. You cannot perform better than this. So suppose from PSI2 to CMB, you can reach in 20 minutes through highway. So that is the best. Whether you run your car at 80 km per hour or 100 km per hour, this is the best. You cannot do better than this. So this is big omega notation. Theta notation is the average case. Average case means ठीक है. If there is some traffic, I will reach in around 30 minutes, around 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So this is a theta notation. That is average case. So normally, when we will do the analysis of algorithm, we'll discover that normally theta omega notation differs in some algorithms, like they are saying. And other thing to consider here is I have written big here. I have written big here. So we have also a small o, represented by small o, and we have also small omega, represented by this symbol, that is W or omega, whatever you say. Now, what is the difference between these two? So, mute your mics, otherwise I will remove you. आपका भी mic मुझे दिखा on. Okay. So this is small omega and small omega. So what is the difference between big omega, big O or small o? So we say that it gives tight upper bound. Worst case is also called upper bound. Okay. It gives tight upper bound. It gives loose upper bound. Okay. It gives tight lower bound. It gives loose lower bound. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is that suppose big O notation says that you can reach from PSIT to CNB in a maximum 50 minutes. So this is a tight bound. It is close to your approximate time. Suppose 49 minutes and 20 seconds, for example. This is the exact time taken. So 50 minutes is the close bound, tight bound. It is tight bound. It is very close to your actual time. And loose bound can be, it can be 55, it can be 100, it can be 65, anything. So loose bound says that कि अगर चलो 50 में पहुंचना तो 55 में तो पहुंच ही जाए, 100 में तो पहुंच ही जाए. Is this clear? Difference. Similarly here also, light tight lower bound. So tight lower bound says that best you can perform is suppose 10 minutes. Okay, so it says that you can perform in log n time or log 10 time, log 10 minutes. So this is called loose lower bound. So tight means a lower bound which is a number you can understand for now. Tight means a number which is very close to the actual number. उससे close कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Like suppose if I am reaching in 49.45 seconds, so 50 minutes is a tight bound. 55 is a loose bound. Is this clear? So big O notation, big omega notation, theta notation, small o notation, and small omega notation. So these are the 5 asymptotic notations that we will be studying. Okay. So before I proceed further, so since it is the first class, so let's have a formal discussion. You all are invited to participate. So first of all, tell me, have you improved your coding skills? Starting from Priya. Priya working on coding skills? Priya Agarwal? Priyansi?
Yes, sir.
So you're working on coding skills?
So, pardon?
Yeah, I'm asking, you are working on your coding skills or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what about other people, Aman, Shruti? See, what I want to say to you, like if you have interaction with your seniors, you know that NFTQ was the first opportunity that they got. And that was based on MCQs first round, and second round was coding. And only 2 students got selected. It was very good opportunity. Then there was TCS Code Vita. In Daffodil, no one got selected. This is the first time that from MCA third year, no one got selected in Daffodil. Otherwise, in last year, your super senior Abhishek Kuswaha got the highest package, even more than BTech. Got 5 lakh package in Daffodil. Now, Capgemini has taken a MCQ based on code snippets, and also they will take a technical interview. Then Infosys is coming in September last. So, no, you people are lucky in pandemic also. PSIT is providing so much opportunities. And I can understand the fact like being at home makes people clumsy. You feel drowsy. कोई schedule नहीं है, वो सो के उठे, पढ़ा मन किया नहीं पढ़ा. बहुत से इसमें होंगे those who have, you know, just